Yes, guys, welcome to the GW22 YouTube show. It is game week 22 and it is a deadline with loads hanging in the balance. So much. We've waited, 15 days since our last deadline? We've got big news from Haaland, KDB, AFCON Asia Cup as always, chip strategy, loads to discuss, guys. Get your questions in as well. We will have lots of chat as always. Today's stream is about you guys, right? Today's stream, you're going to help see me through the next 2 hours. You're going to be asking questions to motivate and encourage others. You guys are hopefully going to help me with some of my decisions. Although, look, I'm pretty well set. We'll speak about my team in a sec. I've got some data to show you. I don't want to go too heavy on these deadline streams with data, but I want to just show you some captaincy data. I want to look at some of the attacks and defenses that we're all considering. I want to talk to you about Man City predictions as well. So there is loads to get through. Where shall we start? Should we have a look at some of the comments, shall we? Hey, team. Thanks for joining. We'll answer the questions soon, very soon. But hello, firstly, to loads of our subscribers, but also our channel members like Matthew. Hello, mate. Captain Haaland, I don't think so, Matt. I don't think he's a captaincy shout for me this week. I don't see him starting. Danny, hello, Danny. Good to see you, mate. He's undecided on sending Salah to Foden or KDB. I think I'm going to be making that switch, mate. I think I'd do it. I think I would do it. Haaland can wait till next week. Gucci in Australia. Hello, mate. Late night there for you, mate. You woke up and spoke to me before I was going to go to bed last night, Gucci, and you're still awake, which is crazy because I've gone to bed since then. I'm woken up and had a whole day. Gotta say, I like the host of the US version of the Traitors. Yeah, we were watching the Traitors. Hope we are. FOMO with Haaland in my team. Yeah, we're all going to get FOMO. Hello, Stephen. We're all going to get Haaland FOMO. Of course we are. Is Jota necessary? Hello, team from Chai. Yes, world number 11 in the house. Chai, let us know when you know what you're doing. I know it's a bit up in the air, but you're likely... Well, I'm not going to say what you're likely going to do. I'm not sure if you've shared it wider than our WhatsApp. FPL Freddy in the house. I'm only here until Juice stream starts. When does the Juice stream start? Is it 5:30 or o'clock? Transfer Haaland in. And fella, am I one of the Juice stream guys with Streamception? I don't know if I am this week. I'd love to be. Right. We got to get some answers, some questions, some answers. Oh, do you know what I did see before I came on? Check this out. This is from Alex, right? For Alex. If you don't follow for Alex _MCFC on Twitter, do. He's as good a predictor as you'll find with Man City. He's so close to a predictor, he's almost like an ITK, right? Right? This is what he's going for the City lineup. It includes Kevin De Bruyne, who he rates at 45% likely to start, but he's still got him in his 11. It doesn't include Haaland. It does, of course, include Foden. And yes, Chai, there is a little hat on. We'll talk about my team in a sec. Look. Done that graphic myself, mate. I stuck a question mark on De Bruyne because I'm not sure if I'm going Salah to De Bruyne. I think I am. And Foden captain is locked. But look, let's get back onto Man City. I know that's what many of you would have been looking at. So look, at the moment, we don't have a City leak. Will we get a City leak? Well, if we do, you'll hear it here straight away. I've got all my tabs open. There is a chance. Although, look, with City playing on Wednesday, don't expect much. And look, you guys know my opinion on leaks. I don't really like them. Like, you get so much BS flying around, don't you? And expect that on Twitter today. We'll also get news. I think we will, though, on Gabriel. I do think we'll get Gabriel news. Guys, I don't have any insider info on Gabriel, although I can give you my hot take. All right? My hot take on Gabriel is this. I tweeted this morning. Gabriel. All right. Let me give context to this photo. Arteta said in his press conference, there's a few players that are doubtful. Then in the training photos, of course, the Arsenal PR team, proper on it, media team, do not photograph any of the players if they have trained that Arteta says are doubtful. So you don't expect to see them in training pictures. And they weren't in training pictures. Although, in the background of one particular photo of Saka, you can see this guy. Tall, dark and handsome. That is Gabriel, isn't it? Well, It's got his height, his skin tone, his hairline. He's had a hair transplant, his haircut, his stance, his posture's a little bit like mine, a little bit hunched. Even the goatee, the darker bits there. I think I can even see a glimmer of his bright white teeth. That's Gabriel. He trained yesterday. So for me, that means he's traveled to Nottingham. For me, that means he's going to start tonight. I am confident on a Gabriel start. Anyway, that's my little bit of research. If you strongly disagree, let me know. Also, guys, we've got a captaincy poll voting. Do check the captaincy poll out. And also, who feels like hitting the like button? If you hit the like button, it massively helps me in the algorithm. You guys know I'm a new channel around here, right? So, yeah, I'm completely like new and a novice when it comes to my own YouTube channel. So the more people that see it, the better. I would love that. So if you want to see or help me get to more people seeing the channel, does that make sense? Then you can like and you can subscribe. And when you do subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell. Let me do a little bit of housekeeping, my end. I like to take a note and see how many subscribers I've got. And then hopefully that will tick up as the stream goes on. Let's see. Guys, I want to get some questions in. Of course I do. Supporting the lower numbers stream. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. I'm new around here. This channel is less than a year old. You may have seen my ugly mug on Fantasy Football Scout for years on their YouTube. But yeah, my own channel was about time, wasn't it? Transfer Haaland in? I don't think so. Hey, FPL Gold Colazzo. Start Bailey or Gordon? I would start Gordon, I think. No, I wouldn't. Bailey's at home. I think Haaland can wait till next week. I really do. I really do. Guys, who is bringing Haaland in this week? Who's bringing Haaland in this week? Is anyone doing it? Bench Gabriel or Palmer? Oh, I would be playing Palmer at any cost, I think. There we go. Solanke to Nunez. I wouldn't want to sell Solanke, but Nunez is obviously a great shout. Kev Mack in the house. Matthews with us as well. Bench Gabriel, the ref over the Liverpool Chelsea match, hates him. I don't know about that. We're getting a lot of people that might want to bench Palmer. Okay. Just throwing it out there. A few weeks back, a load of people bench Palmer for his, I think it was for something like 18 points. Was it not? Was it 18 points, guys? Don't bench Palmer. I think Palmer will play up front. Okay. I do think he'll play up front. And if Palmer plays up front, I think he's dangerous. He played up front against Villa, looked good. We got our first super chat of the night. Guys, apologies if I miss your questions. Any channel members, I will really, really try and address. Freddie, thank you for yours. Right, Jason, super chat. Here we go. Your pick looks like Paul McGrath's made a comeback. Love that. So, yeah, very funny, Jason. Does. For those of you that aren't familiar, Paul McGrath, I'm pretty sure, was an Irish centre-back. Really good. I think he played in the World Cup USA, maybe? USA 94, was it? Bad hair day. Yeah. Brilliant. I think he struggled with injuries over years. Gabriel, after last week as well, like we all want Gabriel, right? I think he's good. If we hear Gabriel is injured, I will be reporting it straight away. Because if he doesn't start tonight, my transfer will likely be Kyle Walker in for Lascelles. I haven't got enough defenders because I don't think Taylor's going to be fit either. We got a new member in the house. FPL's in. Thank you so much, mate. If you want to be a member, you got, I don't think on mobile it works, but you've got to just click join under the video on laptop or iPad or whatever. And yeah, you can be a member. And with that, you'll get priority comments. And if you want to be an Ultras member, loads of the Ultras are in tonight. I know Freddie's becoming an Ultra. He's going to upgrade. He mentioned it the other day. Then you get in the WhatsApp group. And FPL Chai is also in that WhatsApp group. FPL Chai is world number 11, I think, at the moment. I think he's going to be captaining Foden this week as well. That's what he told us anyway. He did mention it in the chat too. There we go. There we go. Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. That was really generous of you from the Paul McGrath fan club from Jason there. Massive respect to you. Thank you, my friend. Love your content all the way in South Africa. That's cool. That's cool. I think Cape Town's my favorite city in the world. Guys, let's play a game. Where in the world are you watching from? What? Give me the city. Give me the city where in the world you're watching from. Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, roam around the Cotswolds. It's about time I got my own channel. Jota this week will just roll. I think Jota could be a good punt this week, and I think we'll want him in the double. I think we're all going to have Jota from game week 24. Let's see where in the world you're watching from, shall we? Yeah, me and Chai do love Foden. We're very similar FPL managers, which is a shame because he's world number 11 and I'm world number 45k. Hello from Singapore, Sammy in London. Yes, Sammy. Stephen in Nigeria. We've got Finland and Miami. Pedro, I was in Miami in November, December, and I'm going back there in April. Maybe I'll see ya. Maybe I'll see ya. Will you buy KDB? This is my team at the moment, Foyez. I think I might be. Glasgow, Atlanta, New Delhi. Yes, guys. All over the world. We've got Melbourne in the house. We've got Thailand. Yeah, Luke, I know you're in London. Are you near Brixton? I feel like you might be. Wolverhampton, Santiago, St. Kitts, Uganda. Oh, wow, guys. I love seeing the diversity on this channel. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing and supporting the channel as well. That is awesome. I've got people supporting from all over the world. I love that. Working away, but race back. Thanks, Offcore. Madrid, Massachusetts, Germany. Too many to even flash up. Amazing. Hamilton in New Zealand. Yes, we've got to have some UK representing in Derby. Limassol is in Cyprus. Dakar, East Devon. Whew, we're rattling through them. Look at that. Guys, I love it. Considering ignoring the Man City noise this week and going Son to Eze for a cheeky punt. So, Kev, the only reason I don't love Eze this week is I've got trust issues with Uncle Roy. I wouldn't touch an Uncle Roy team at the moment. The fans are booing him. He's going to be sacked. But he might get to the end of the season. Who knows? I think until Roy goes, I'm steering away from Eze. And look, Man City, it's a big ceiling fixture, Kev. You know it's a big ceiling fixture. When we look at all these fixtures this game week on screen, how many of them do you think a 5-goal... All right, no, let's rephrase this. How many of these teams can score 4+ goals this game week? I think City are the only one realistically that can score 4+. I can say that with confidence is too strong, but I think there's a very good chance. And with that, you go, I think, for the upside and you chase that fixture. And it's not just this week. It's a good run for City. It's a really good run for City. Guys, thank you so much for letting me know where in the world you are. I've absolutely loved seeing that. And I love that very few are even in England. Any KDB and Haaland news. So see the bottom of the screen. Yeah, I think KDB will start and I think Haaland won't. He's going to be involved though. Fully fit squad. Pep has been quoted saying that Haaland's back. Doesn't say whether he'll start or on the bench. Of course, he's not going to tell us that. I do not see Haaland starting though. He's been out 6 weeks, guys. Is it about 6 weeks? I think it might be. Like, what players are out 6 weeks and come straight back into the 11? Usually they're eased back in. Look at De Bruyne. Yeah, he was out longer, but we've seen 2 cameos from De Bruyne. Only now do I think De Bruyne might be ready to start. So I think I am wary. I am wary. But let each to their own, guys. You might look at it and go, yeah, I can go for it this week. I personally think I'll be waiting 5 minutes before the deadline to see if there's any leaks, just like Chai. And then I'll be confirming the transfer, but have a plan in place if we don't hear info. You should all have a plan in place for if you don't hear anything, what are you doing? And if you hear something, what are you doing? So have the scenarios. Scenarios for me. I hear Haaland starting. What am I going to do? Well, let's have a look at my team. If I hear Haaland is starting, I'm selling Watkins or Solanke, and I need to know which in time because I have to have that scenario ready to Haaland. No, I can't. I can't go Solanke. If I hear Haaland starting, I'm going Watkins to Solanke. Nailed. If I hear De Bruyne starting, I'm going Salah to De Bruyne. If I hear both are starting, I'm going Haaland and De Bruyne in for Watkins and Salah. If I hear nothing, I'm going De Bruyne in for Salah. If I hear Gabriel isn't starting, and again, I think Arsenal are going to get a leak. They play tonight. If I hear Gabriel isn't starting, then actually I've got to ignore De Bruyne. And I'll be selling Lascelles for Walker. Walker comes into the 11. Pascal Gross goes into the De Bruyne position, as we can see. So that's where I'm at. The Flying Nader going Salah to KDB to fund Haaland next week. Yes, and everyone needs a plan. Of course they do. They need a plan for how they get Haaland next week. And remember, next week is like a few days' time. Of course you are, Luke. I knew you're from Cork. Why did I think Brixton? Sorry, mate. Danny B in the house. Yeah, they could. Yeah, fair, Danny B. It isn't just they could all score 3+, but in terms of confidence with 4+ goals, I think City are the only one. Delia's in the chat. If people jumped on KDB when we knew he doesn't start, why can't we jump on Haaland? You can. You absolutely can. I wouldn't, but you can. Just like I wouldn't have jumped on KDB before I'd seen him come off the bench a couple of times. Let me see Haaland come off the bench and then I'll be jumping on. There's a difference, I think, Delia. Like, we're a couple of weeks down the line with De Bruyne. We've seen him in action twice. 2 sets of a 20 and a 25, I think it was. Yes. Foden will likely be on the right, but he doesn't occupy the right-hand space. When Foden plays on the right, he drifts infield, a bit like Cole Palmer. It'll be Kyle Walker down the right. That's his space. It's not like the left-hand side where a Doku, a Grealish, or a Bob will be hugging the touchline. When Foden plays on the right, he'll still be fairly central. I think we're good, guys. I don't think we need to worry too much about his positioning. He will be very close to the number 9, whether that's Haaland or Alvarez. Eddie says, it's a hard one. I think I'm going Foden. I think Haaland starts and plays 60, but I'm still not going for him. Interesting. See, if I thought Haaland was playing 60, I think I would pick him. Estuplan or Walker just. Thank you guys for all your questions. FPL Zin, who just became a channel member tonight. That is wicked. Am I too loud? I've put the mic closer to me to get a bit more comfortable. If I transfer in KDB, I have to bench Palmer, Watkins, Saka, or Solanke. Who would you bench? Well, FPL's in. That's what I'm having to do, isn't it? Like, I could have Salah on my bench, but I'm having to bench either Solanke or Pascal Gross or Palmer. From your options, I would be benching Solanke, I think. Guy above me in the mini league. Yeah, mini league's everything. It's still a bit tight to worry about mini league success, I think. You play your own game until the final few weeks, and then you look at who people own. KDB, does that make him more or less tempting to buy? Probably more, though, if he's above you. Off core, I didn't see a super chat, mate. Thank you so much. Just want to say thanks for the content lately. Also, like and sub. Mate, you're an absolute legend. Thank you, off core. And I never do this. How can I change? Guys, every single one of my videos, not the lives, but all the videos I do, of which I've done 2 yesterday, captaincy video, team section video, they all go onto all the podcast platforms, Spotify, iTunes, the lot. You didn't know that, did you? Because I never tell you. And Off-Court always mentions it. Off-Court, I will get better. It needs to be in the description of every video. You can also listen to this in podcast form. Download here. I'm just rubbish. I'm rubbish. Thanks, Off-Core, mate, for supporting. There we go. Would you bench Palmer or Saliba? Saliba, I think. The thing is, Saliba could get a clean sheet. And then you go, Palmer could get a goal or an assist. But Palmer could get 2 or 3 returns. Saliba ain't getting more than a return. Unlikely. Who's more likely to get the 1 return, though? Saliba. Who's more likely to get multiple? Palmer. So I just go for the higher upside. Who's more likely to hit a 15-pointer? Palmer. Who's more likely to hit a 6-pointer? Saliba. Makes sense. What are your thoughts on Saka to Richarlison? Ooh. Yeah. I don't hate it at all. Yeah, there's a few benching Solanke. It's with a heavy heart, though. No one wants to bench Solanke, but at the moment, thanks, mate. At the moment, it's tough, isn't it? Like, we're building good squads. And if I confirm the move on screen and De Bruyne leaves my team, Salah leaves my team, De Bruyne comes in, every week I'm going to have a benching dilemma. Like, this week it's Pascal Gross. Next week I could bench Saka or Pascal Gross again. I think Pascal Gross was a bad buy. I think I've got to come clean on that. I think, like, sometimes you have to evaluate it and just go, it's actually a bad decision. So I think the plan might be to get a little bit better with that decision. Do you know what? I'm going to try something. I'm not sitting very comfortably. I think my desk is square, right? So at the moment I'm sitting square on. So to face the camera, I have to sit at an angle. Now, when you're doing my 15-minute streams that I usually do or videos, it's fine. But when I'm sitting here for 2 hours and I've sat here all day, I'm like, that's not the best. So shall we have a play? Shall we have a play? Oh God. Oh, I'm nervous now. What was I thinking? Right. Where can I put this? Is that going to balance? Oh, that's better. Oh no, because then I'm looking down. You guys don't want to see me looking down, do you? Hang on. Oh, shizer. Oh God. Right. Firstly, oh God. Check out my. Okay, let's just set it up. I was going to give you a little tour, but it's not going to work. Oh Jesus. That's such a heavy camera, though. Is that set? Yeah. Okay. I think we're in. Are we in? How does that look? Not great, does it? I need the higher angle, don't I? Pool table cam. What am I doing? What am I doing? Right, hang on. This is rubbish. This is rubbish. I should have thought about this before. Why do I do these things live? Hang on, let me put you guys down for a sec. Oh, Jesus. Right. We're going to talk FPL in a minute. Is that going to stay, though? I think that's better. No, my head's massive. Right. Can we make it smaller? Is that better? I don't want my... Oh, there you go. Camera's just going to move loads, isn't it? What is going on? Okay. Do you know what? I'm getting all hot and sweaty as well. I think it's the pressure over my decisions this week. Right. Right. Right, am I back? Does this work? What am I doing? What am I doing? Does this work? Have I lost you? Oh, jeez. Just want to check. Just want to check it's actually working. Okay, I think it works. Is the sound all good, guys? Right. Yeah, don't. It's a bit early, Ice G, isn't it? A bit early for that. Bernardo, don't hate it. Thanks, Freddie. Phew, right. At least I'm sat comfortably now. I'm going to sort it out for the next stream. Right. When are people thinking of using a wild card? For me, not for a while. Probably 30. Dead end 29 is my strategy at the moment. Foden captain. That's where I'm at. What forward will you sell for Haaland? Probably Watkins. But maybe Solanke. The beauty of me going Salah to KDB is it frees up more funds. So next week I can sell any forward I want to Haaland. I'm not restricted. Yeah, I think it's best to be a bit undecided off core on chips. Like, let's not be set in stone and be flexible because we still don't know about the FA Cup. So I think I'm good with that. I'm flexible too. But I think it is likely I will go for the template chip strategy, which I'm seeing a lot of people saying is dead ending in 29, wildcard in 31, maybe 30, and then you bench boost and free hit in the two big doubles of 34 and 7. It does mean I'll be triple captaining very soon, though, game week 25. Whether it's a City or a Liverpool player, I don't know yet. That depends on minutes. Start Trent. Am I bringing in KDB? Yes, I think so. What's my overall rank? I need to advertise that, right? I need to advertise that a little bit more. My overall rank is good. That's why. And it's not always been good. So when it's good, we should probably make the most of it. So Janny's, I'm going to put it at the bottom of the screen. Overall rank is 45k. There we go. I've just added it to my ticker. Where were we, team? I'd start Gabriel over Zinchenko. The other starts we doesn't. Get rid of Raya with... I'd keep Raya. I'd definitely keep Raya. I'm surprised you'd be annoyed with Raya. Like, he's been fine. Like, not a great player for Arsenal, but he's been clearly fine in FPL, I think. And you're going to get loads of clean sheet points. I've just sold Salah for Richarlison. You are flush, Freddie. Areola or Raya? Probably Raya, just. For me, I'd captain Foden over Alvarez. Nick Little? Wait a sec. Is that MTV's Nick Little? If that is MTV's Nick Little, that is amazing. I knew MTV's Nick Little was a fan of this channel because he's told me before. Anyway, Nick says Salah and Son out for KDB and Richarlison in. Yes, they are two very good moves, MTV's Nick Little. I like those moves. The problem with Richarlison, it's a tiny problem. He doesn't play in 26, but still a great buy this week. He is playing number 9 for one of the best attacks in the league, and he's on pens. And he's got a good fixture. He's a legit captaincy option, guys. And this is why. Let me show you a little bit of data. We look at the attacking form to date, okay? This is the last 6 games. Richarlison is clocking an expected goal involvement every 119 minutes. Pretty useful. Pretty useful. He's keeping good company. Only KDB, who's played 20 minutes in the last 6 game weeks, and Darwin have better XGI numbers. So he's more of an attacking threat than Saka, Alvarez, Jota, and Foden at the moment, Richarlison. And he's clocked 49 points in the last 6 game weeks, which is by far the most on the list. I quite like this list. Hopefully you like this little bit of data. Jenny, I've been wondering, is double Brentford players useful if they don't blank? Yeah, I mean, Lewis Potter is still getting game time as well. I think he probably won't continue it, but I wouldn't be back in Brentford yet. Maybe you buy them in 24. It's a better entry point, but they've got some tough games. But yeah, you're right to consider them because they don't blank and they do have a double in 25. No way, Connor. It's decent, mate. Well played. Play safe with Captain Alvarez. Go big. I'd play safe for Captain, I think. Just go for the minutes. We got loads of channel members asking comments. Do you think we should load up on double game week 25 and then go full 11 blank game weeks and then go with... Yeah, I do, Sammy. And I think I'll probably only have 9 players in 11 because remember, there's no Spurs, there's no Chelsea, there's no Liverpool. So I'll probably be benching 2 Liverpool assets, maybe 1, a Chelsea asset, a Spurs asset. Yeah. KDB for someone other... Thanks, Oscar, for the super chat. KDB for someone other than Salah, i.e. Bowen or Gross. Well, let's look at this list, shall we, Oscar? If I'm selling Salah, the top replacements are kind of on this list. I'd be going Foden, unless you own Foden. I don't think I'll be buying Pascal Gross, despite owning him. I regret that buy. And Bowen's got a good fixture this week, but I think there's more explosive. So I would look at KDB, Foden, Jota, Richarlison. They're the 4. Personally, Foden, if you don't own him, would be my pick. But really appreciate you sending a super chat there, mate. Very kind of you. Very kind of you. I tell you what, guys, if you don't fancy sending a super chat, other ways you can contribute. You can like and subscribe. That costs nothing. And vote in the poll. At the moment, 55% of you are captaining Foden or Alvarez. You're captaining your Man City attacker. I'm quite surprised a quarter of you are going big on the brand new shiny City attackers that we don't know if they're going to start or not, and that's Haaland and De Bruyne. While 16% of you are going to go Richarlison and 5% are looking at your Liverpool attacker. I thought that might be a bit higher. I do think Liverpool could score big. This is Liverpool we're talking about, right? Especially with the Klopp news, there's that we call it new manager bounce. What about the opposite of that? What about manager says he's going to quit and we're going to play really hard to the end of the season and maybe win the league? So yeah. Sort myself out. I'm all on one screen here. I'm trying to multitask. I cannot forget to do my own personal team. Bench Gordon or Solanke. Ooh. I think I'd be benching Gordon just. Sammy, sounds good. What about a double? Yeah, I think so. I think Sammy. I think we're aligned there, mate. Captaincy is less spread out than I thought it would be. Is it? Yeah. 55% going Foden or Alvarez. I bet a lot of that is Foden, by the way. I think more than half will be going Foden. The ownership, should we play a game? Without looking, what do you think the ownership, and I'm going to do 2 here. I want you to write 2 numbers. Actually, no, let's keep simple. With Foden, give me his ownership number in percentage in the chat. Let's see who gets it. And then we're going to play the same game with Alvarez. What is Foden's ownership in the chat? Let's see who gets it. They're both going to be very popular this week. Oh, thanks, Delia. Yeah. You're good guesses there. There's some Ivor's coming in with a 27 straight away. Ivor knows what he's talking about. As you're guessing, Andrew's got a question. Hi, Janny. As somebody chasing rank 2.4 million, yeah. What do you make of Haaland captain, Estupinan in for trips? Okay, I like the moves. But I don't think I'd be captaining Haaland, mate. And I don't think Haaland will start. I know you're trying to play different. So I wonder if you just bring in a different Man City player, or if you go Haaland, don't captain him. But go for a differential captain outside of that. Like, I don't know. Maybe this isn't the week. I do think Man City is the best captaincy, but I don't think I'd be captaining Haaland. If you want to go rogue, then look, you might get 20 minutes, but you might get 5 minutes. You probably won't. You'll probably get 20. It's a tough one, mate. I don't mind those transfers at all, but I prefer them next week. I wonder if you don't need to take a 4-point hit and you just go, I'm going to keep Watkins, and I go Trippier to Estupinan, and I go Haaland in next week and captain him. Let me know if you've got any other options for captaincy. No, he's not 60% owned. He is 20. Right. He is 28.3% owned. Wow. Like, I bought him at like 6%. So look, fair play, Fiddle, but I think you might have been cheating. Luke nailed it. Guys, what about Alvarez? Let's do the same for Alvarez. And Super Chat coming in from Scott. Thanks, mate. Kudus is fit. Yeah, best player at AFCON. I mean, he scored a banger, didn't he? Nobody's talking about him. Why? Well, they should be, Scott, because he was amazing before he went. And he plays for a good team, not a great team. And that's why loads aren't talking about him. It's a West Ham player. And West Ham players aren't sexy in FPL, despite Bowen being really good in the past and Kudus clearly good. I really like the look of Kudus, and I think there's a chance I buy him. But I probably am going to be focusing on double game week players now, Man City, Liverpool assets. But as soon as that double's gone from like 27, 26, 27 onwards, that's when you start looking at West Ham. And we're waiting to see if they have a fixture in game week 30, I think. That's all hinders on the FA Cup. But look, 25, Nottingham Forest, 26, Brentford, 27, Everton, 28, Burnley. It's a good fixture run. And Kudus is really, really cheap, 6.8 million. A lot cheaper than Bowen at 8.1. So yeah, really good question, mate. And you're right to consider him. Are we playing the same game with Alvarez? Oh, mate, Sammy, you nailed that. Okay, Maliki, 24, around 30, 25. Okay, let's see. I've not looked. I'm going to guess Alvarez at 23. I think he's lower owned than Foden. He was way higher when I bought them. Oh, 35. He is still higher. Wow, there's going to be high EO on both Alvarez and Foden this week. 35%. Who got it? Who got Alvarez at 35? Not bad, Luke, mate. You're 1% off. Unsubscribe and getting no response from any questions. I'm sorry, Domingo. I've pretty much answered like a lot of questions, and I'll continue to do so for the next hour until the deadline. I will prioritize my channel members and my super chats, of course, but I've answered loads of questions from everyone. So sorry I missed it, mate. If you want to unsubscribe, that's cool. Thoughts on bench boost game week 35? Too early to say, mate. Too early to say. I'll likely be going 34 or 7, but I can't commit to that. I could have just before I wildcarded. Yeah, fair. You got big points there. Well done, Sammy. Matthew, thoughts on Alisson as third Liverpool option? Yes. Now this is clever. I don't hate that at all because, of course, in game week 26, when Liverpool don't play, you play your other goalkeeper. I would argue though that long term, I wouldn't want Alisson in my team. Limits you with other cool Liverpool attackers, like you might not be able to jump on a Darwin or a Trent or a Salah. So you could be shoehorned. And there are keepers now pulling up good numbers in the sort of 4 to 5 million price band. Dejani, can you prioritize captaincy options? Yeah, for me, my captains, look, at the moment, the big captains, let's go back, shall we, to the poll, right? Guys, as you're hitting the poll button, you can also hit the like and subscribe buttons if you fancy it. Do subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Right. 54% of you are captaining your Man City player, Foden or Alvarez. Now, let's look at the graphic on screen. Who do they play? Burnley. Burnley are really struggling. Burnley are really, really struggling, right? Burnley are the 19th worst team in the league in the last 6 games defensively. That they're on the canvas. And they travel away from home to the Etihad. When we look at the other captaincy options, well, Richarlison plays a Brentford defence that ain't bad, and Liverpool play a Chelsea defence that ain't bad, 6th and 7th, respectively. But Burnley, the worst defence in the league, because Newcastle are the only ones lower than that, but they're clearly better than Burnley. Bear that in mind. Yeah, you could do Lard. I see it. So look, the defences for this slide here should really help you with your captaincy. Hopefully they do. Maliki, I can see Haaland getting more returns in 20 minutes than Watkins in 90. So I bench Watkins for Haaland. Yeah, I don't mind that. I said earlier to our super chat question, I wouldn't do that for -4. For a free transfer, yeah. Thoughts on Doku, says Ice G. I love Doku this game week. I think he starts. I think he'll start. I'm just worried long term, like, will he, won't he? I think, yes, I will probably be going KDB, but I don't feel like I will have the same worries over KDB minutes as I will Doku longer term. I really recommend him coming as a member. The extra content, and helps Gianni see messages. Yeah, thanks, Offcore. It does. As soon as I see that emoji. Also, by being a channel member, you get access to other vids. I forgot, Offcore. Thanks for reminding us that I also upload members-only videos every week. New thing. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know if you're remembering you like the videos and you're actually watching them. If you're not, then perhaps I won't bother. But I think I looked the other day and numbers look all right on them. Johnston or Areola? I'd start Areola. Sold Alvarez for Haaland. Yeah, I mean, that's a move a ton of managers will be making next week. I don't know if many will do it this week, to be honest. Like, how many minutes do we think Haaland gets? This is the best predictor there is out there, I think, on Man City, or certainly one of the best. Do follow him on Twitter. He posted not long ago. Yeah, no, I'm just seeing if we've got any more info. But look, I think we'll see Haaland benched. By the way, guys, at the moment, South Korea are playing Saudi. South Korea are playing Saudi at the moment. And by 6 p.m., the deadline, that game should be finished if it doesn't go to extra time. We'll keep you posted, but Sonny could be coming back. Semifinals on there we go. Guys, I am going Foden captain. I'm nailed on that. And I think I'm going De Bruyne in. It's a huge, huge week, isn't it? It does feel like a massive week in FPL. Really does. I'm slightly nervous about this week. Like, of course, we enjoy FPL, but there is a time where you go, oh, it's been quite nice not having that pressure watching football with, like, the fear, the worry, the anxiety. Like, yeah. It's all good, though. It's all good. I think I'm making the right call though. So when we look at the Man City games, like it's a good fixture run. It's a great fixture run. Salah out Foden in Danny will be really popular, and rightly so. Morocco going to win the AFCON by the looks of it. Yeah, Maliki maybe. I was good to see Ivory Coast though. They had such a dreadful start to the tournament. They knocked out Senegal last night on pens. Kessie with the decisive pen should never have left Milan. Saudi won up, mine, yeah. Could Sonny be coming home, baby? Who? CH. Thanks, CH. CH. Why? CH. How do you feel about being a mod? CH, can I make you a mod? Let's see if I can work out how to do it. I thought you were already a mod, CH. Oh, she is. CH, you're a mod. There you go. You're already a mod. My bad. My bad. Bench Palmer, Odegaard. Tough one. Probably Palmer just. Yeah. I love South Korea. You know, I stayed in the same hotel as South Korea in Qatar during the FIFA World Cup. They're lovely blokes, man. They're just always in the communal areas, hanging out, photos, chatting. I didn't get a selfie with Son, but I didn't want to harass him. Loads were. Stood next to Kim. You know, the guy who was centre back for Napoli, went to Bayern. Massive. Yeah, hey CH. There we go. Ultimate mod. Bowen captaincy. Don't hate it, but prefer Man City players just for the ceiling. Like, I guess I have a few trust issues with West Ham. Like, when you captain someone, you at least want to know that that team is guaranteed to score. Now, guys, these could be my famous last words, but Man City are guaranteed to score. Whether or not Foden or KDB, we don't know who will score, but they're guaranteed to score against Burnley. I can't tell you that West Ham are guaranteed to score. That's why not for me. What was the answer to the question? I missed it. Sammy, I walked past Darren Ambrose on Saturday outside Shepherd's Bush Station. Didn't want to bug him. Yeah, hate that. I wonder if he was working BBC work or something. Oh no, they've closed White City, haven't they? Lovely bloke though, Darren Ambrose, isn't he? Spoke to him when I worked at Palace. I think he lives in East Anglia now. Foden or Alvarez captain? Manuel, I shouldn't really answer because you're spamming, but Foden. My transfer plans are centered around this team. I've got 6.5 in the bank. I'm going to go Salah out, De Bruyne in, unless we hear anything. And I'm going to be captaining Phil Foden. Mod of all mods. RTJ is the original, so got to respect that. RTJ is a legend. Kabore coming home. There we go. Yeah. Guys, what are our predictions for Man City versus Burnley? Come on. Maliki's set off a trend here. Excuse me. Give us your score predictions for Man City versus Burnley. Because if you're all going to put 4-0, 5-0, you've got to captain a City player. If you put 5-0 and you're captaining Richarlison or Jota or Darwin, then seriously reconsider. If you think 2-3-0, then sure. But if you do think Man City are going to go score 4 or 5, you've got to captain them and you've probably got to buy them. You've got to buy that extra player. Yeah, Ryan's gone for 4. Jordan's 4. 1-1, really? Do you really think that? Fair. Look, it's mostly going big. Sammy's gone for 5. Like, yeah. Sammy's gone for 5 there. Guys, thank you so much for all your questions. I'm sorry I can't answer all of them. I'll answer as many as I can, as always. And thank you for voting in the poll. Still 55% are going Foden or Alvarez, though. Guys, if you fancy hitting that like button, can we get to 200 likes? I think we probably can. Might be a record on my lives if we can break the 200 barrier when I'm live. That'd be really cool. Be really cool. Kev, this is why Kev's not buying Man City players. And I get that, Kev. This is what I'm saying. If you think City are going to go score 4 or 5, you've got to buy them, you've got to captain them. If you think that it's going to be a tight game like Kev, that's completely fair enough too. And that's why Kev's not buying Man City players. So look, back your instincts there, guys. There's no right and wrong answer here. We don't know. Saudi ahead, yeah. Keep us up to date on that, will you, Ryan? Oh, yeah. Where was Sian's question? Hang on. Let me try and scroll. I'm looking for Sian. Here we go. Gianni tempted by Richarlison instead of KDB. Ah, thanks, mate. That is a cracking question. I am. I was. And this is why. Look at the data. Mins per XGI, Richarlison's more involved than Saka, Alvarez, Jota, Foden. He's playing number 9. At the moment, he's nailed. I just have questions long term over him being nailed. But I also, the reason I'm not buying Richarlison is game week 26. If I buy KDB, I get 2 extra fixtures before game week 27. Now, sure, KDB won't start all those games or play 19 all those games like Richarlison might, but I still think overall we get more mins. And money's not an issue for me. But Richarlison absolutely tempted me. My top 3 Salah replacements for my team were Jota, Richarlison, De Bruyne. They're my 3 options, right? I already had Foden. He'd be top of the list if I didn't. But I am going to go De Bruyne. I think I've just got a feeling. I just want to be different. I want that high upside differential. And De Bruyne, look, I know the world and their dog have been buying De Bruyne, but he feels like a differential. Guys, he's gone up 3 times already this game week. Like, clearly he's not a differential. But amongst really engaged managers, amongst FPL Twitter, content creators, very few are going De Bruyne. Very few are going De Bruyne. And I'm surprised at that. I'm so on it. By the way, Salah is dropping in price tonight. Other price rises this evening. Estupinan is going to rise. Kyle Walker is going to rise. Diogo Jota is going to rise in price tonight. Worth monitoring those guys. I mean, not if you're buying those players, yeah, you got till 2 a.m. to buy them. But just note they are all rising in price. De Bruyne can't rise this game week because he's already risen 0.3. How mental is that? How mental is that? Chai this game week did say earlier in the chat he is captaining Foden, and I think he's buying a Spurs player. I don't want to say too much though. Alvarez or Foden captain? Foden for me, mate. Foden for me. I even put a bloody hat on his head. Look at that. Would you keep Jota if you couldn't afford Salah back? Yeah. Guys, by selling Salah this week, I am pretty much committing myself to having no Salah till, well, after the blank in 26. Do you know what puts me off Salah a little bit? Sure, he's injured and we don't know when he's back, but there is the Carabao Cup at the end of the double game week 25, and there's a good chance like they have to worry about his minutes. They have to really monitor his minutes. So yeah, for me, guys, with regret, I don't think I'll be buying Salah back. And look, Jota and Darwin can cover him. Why not? Just seen referees to explain VAR decision to fans from next season. I love that, Sammy. And I love OneFootball as well. Thank you for sharing the OneFootball links, by the way, in our WhatsApp group. I'm a big fan of OneFootball. I do prefer SofaScore for the lineups, the average position maps. But yeah, OneFootball actually used to sponsor this YouTube channel. Shout out OneFootball. Surely buying his boy Maddison. I do wonder. Do you think Maddison starts, guys? I think he probably will. Guys, if you want to be a channel member, you can. You just have to click the join button. Squad or ultras, but channel members get priority in all comments and live chat. If you join the ultras, you can join the likes of me and Sammy and FPL Chai in our WhatsApp group. We've also got Ali Hangrov with 1FPL in the same WhatsApp group. So if you fancy joining, do. FPL's in actually joined today. So thank you, mate. Lovely to have you. Super chat from Adam. Very generous of you, Adam Souza. Would you buy Gvardiol? Who would be my top 5 defenders? Firstly, I would target Man City defence, but I would prefer Walker, the only nailed Man City defender. Absolutely nailed. Played 90 every game week. Gvardiol's a good buy, but you could see Aki at left back. And Akanji and Stones are back training now. So Aki could be moved out of the centre-back position, which puts Gvardiol vulnerable at left back. Estupinan, Walker would be up there. But Porro's been fantastic. Obviously, Trent. I do like the idea of going Man City defence though. And if I hear Gabriel isn't starting today, guys, then I will be selling Gabriel. Sorry, I'll be selling Lascelles to go Walker. We have very deep conversations in the WhatsApp, don't we? Yeah, if you want to join, just click join. Thanks for the warm welcome. My absolute pleasure. Like, I hope you all members completely see this. Like, if you do become a channel member or not, if you like CH and tune in every stream, right? I'd like to think you're joining the community we have here. Like Luke's the same. Ice G's the same. Sokan, you guys come in every single stream, and that's wicked. I really, really appreciate you because of you, like we get more people watching because the way the YouTube algorithm works, it needs people liking, subscribing, putting hours to watching my material. So that's amazing. That really is. Thank you. Scout just updated the Man City lineup. They reckon KDB starts. Interesting. What I would say is, knowing the guys at Scout, I don't think there's an ITK influence there. I think they just are punting based on people's predictions. I do think that's probably what it is. As many are. Like, I've spoken to people today who've said 50-50. Saudi Arabia, by the way, are beating South Korea. Is worth noting that. I might have smashed my phone. Right, yeah, okay. Guys, I think De Bruyne is still a good pick this week, and I think he's going to start. I think he's going to get 60 minutes, and I think I probably think Haaland's getting like 20, if I'm honest. Okay, new game in the chat. How many minutes? Put a number in. How many minutes will Haaland get? No, yeah. How many? We'll do them both. First, let's start. How many minutes do you think Haaland will get this game week? Let us know. How many minutes will Haaland get this game week in the chat? This is really interesting. Guys, as you're putting comments in the chat, do feel free to vote in the captaincy poll and hit the like button too. Matthew 35, 28, 20, 23. Very few going for starts. Ice G is 20. 37.3, so precise. 12, 30, 20. Yeah, like, okay, very few of you, I think only one of you has suggested a start. Like, I would suggest you guys have probably got a good flavour for this sort of stuff. I'd suggest you guys know more than most football fans, right? We're engaged. If we're watching FPL, you're engaged. You guys know what you're talking about. You're probably going, he's going to be eased back. He's going to get minutes off the bench and he could start versus Brentford. That's the vibe we're getting. Let's do the same for De Bruyne. How many minutes do you think De Bruyne will get? Now, this is going to be a mixed bag. If many of you, the majority of you said we're pretty fixed, between 20 and 30 was the average for Haaland. What's the average going to be for KDB? What's the average going to be for KDB? Let's have a go. Get those numbers in. How many minutes do you think Kevin De Bruyne is going to get? A lot thinking the same on 30, but then there's a lot that are going between 60 and 70. Oh, Ice G reckons De Bruyne is going to get fewer minutes than Haaland because he went for more than Haaland. 65. That's where I'm at, Ryan. That's where I'm at, CH. That's where I'm at, Luke. That's where I'm at, Jake. That's where I'm at, Kev. I'm between 60, 59, and 70. We're going to see those red cheeks after half an hour with De Bruyne, aren't we? Oh, thanks, mine. Should I captain Foden, Haaland, or Darwin? Well, I'm captain Foden. Guys, if someone told me De Bruyne was going to start 90, he'd be my game week captain. Of course he would be, right? De Bruyne is a better asset than Foden if they're both playing 90, but I think Foden will get 80 to 90, and I think Kev will get 60 to 70. And you lot agree. Guys, you twisted my arm, right? Seeing you guys, the majority of you, stick with what I'm thinking fills me with confidence to actually do it and bring De Bruyne in this week. So thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. I'm not going to click the transfer now because I've got 45 minutes. So I'm not going to click the transfer now. Just in case we hear news on Gabriel. Guys, many of you would have seen Gabriel's flagged. Arsenal uploaded over 20 training ground pictures yesterday. Arteta said yesterday that there's a few Arsenal players doubtful. The Arsenal media team have been told not to picture any of those players that are flagged. But they made a bit of an error here. Because in the background of the photo with Saka, that is clearly Gabriel. I know it's blurry. But if he trained yesterday ahead of a journey to Nottingham, then he's going to play, I think. It's not like we're talking about a wide forward or a centre mid that has to do loads of running. Centre backs, if they train, they can usually play. They're fit enough to train. So, do you agree that this is Gabriel in the background? Guys, let me know in the comments with a yes or no. Right, yes, no, or no way to tell. But look, Lalex is with me. The height, the skin tone, the hairline, the haircut, the stance. I even think you can see a little bit of white around his teeth, and he's got the whitest teeth, Gabriel. The goatee, the hair there. That's Gabriel. Many of you agree. Let me know if you don't think it is. The reasons for it, because I'm interested. And let me know if you're just like, oh, thanks, FPL Diamond. You are a diamond, mate. Yeah, the goatee shadow. Yeah, but it's sort of like the goatee shadow. I'm gonna say, guys, he's absolutely starting. The aerial threat. Oh, you guys are so good. That's Timber, not Gabriel. I don't think it is. That's not Timber's hair. That's not Timber's hairline. Here around the ear as well. I think it's Ali J. Is Ali J in the house? Did I see Ali J? Oh, Ali Hangrover was in the background. Yeah, he's an Arsenal fan. Yeah. Fresh and teeth like Danny from Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah. Yeah, I'd sell Gross for Foden, I think. Guys, are we going to play some pool today? Are we going to play some pool? Oh, no way. John just became a member. That is wicked, John. Thank you so much for joining as a member. If anyone else wants to, I don't think it is Timber, but fair, could be. If anyone wants to join as a member, then you just click the join button. That'd be amazing. But yeah, look, that's Gabrielle, isn't it? That's Gabrielle. Look, John Boltman, you can have the deciding vote. Is this Gabrielle or Timber? Wherever you say, we'll go with. Oh, I think he will start, but that's an interesting take there. The only interesting take here is Saka has finally got rid of the blonde hair. I don't watch darts, Luke. No, not really. Oh, thanks, John, mate. Payday was, Friday. Yeah. Luke Littler is insane. Yeah, I've been following Luke Littler's progress. Haven't a clue. Haha. I think I'm gonna call it as a fact. It's Gabriel. It's not a fact, but I do think Gabriel starts, guys. Oh no. What was Joshua's question? I missed that, CH. Did I miss something? Guys, I'm sorry if I missed your comments in the chat. Okay, yeah. Joshua, come on. Not too many. Not too many, mate. Could be Saliba. Could be. I don't think it is, though. It's the stance as well. Yeah, Danny B's with me. Let's move away from our detective work this week. This is the Man City predicted lineup by Fort Alex, who is as good a City. Yeah, shooting Paul if it's Gabriel or not. Maybe after the show. Maybe after the deadline. The amount of HG will receive when Gabriel doesn't start. Yeah, I know. Will I receive praise if he does, though, Ice G? That's the big question. I don't think I will I? That's the problem with content creators. When you're right, you get nothing. And when you're wrong, you get told. Yeah, often the case. How are we getting on, team? Are we feeling like, are you guys locking in? Are you guys still up in the air about what you're doing? Are you in two minds around captaincy still, or are you pretty set on your decisions? Like for me, it's just a transfer. The captaincy's locked in. And I think the transfer, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy. So what? Sonny coming home then? Is he? Sonny coming home? Um, I need to edit that. I'm sorry, I've just posted on Twitter to say I'm going to buy Kevin and Captain Foden, and I forgot to put the bloody YouTube link. Like, my self promotion is absolutely need to work. Need to work, doesn't it? There we go. You just all had to watch my concentration face because I can't multitask. Saka better score. He's sold. Ha. Maybe. I've been so close to selling Saka and Sian Watkins for ages. Jane, convince me with your Salah to KDB move. I'm so unsure as I have Gabriel as my third defender and he's got a start or I get 0. I'm the same, Sian, because Taylor ain't playing and Lascelles ain't playing. I can't convince you. It's a bold, brave, possibly silly call. But I'm here for it. I'm doing De Bruyne because I'm having fun with it. And I think he is the highest ceiling of any midfielder this game week because I think he'll start. If he doesn't start, then yeah, I eat my words. And I'm only 60% likely of a start. Like I'm not saying he's going to absolutely start. He could do serious damage if he starts though, because I think he'll play really high. Yeah, Julian, you're quite right with Saka. A lot of sales around players like Watkins and Saka will be determined. I'm going to confirm my transfer close to the deadline just in case we get an Arsenal leak. That's all it is. If we hear Gabriel is definitely out, right? Well, look at my defence. Taylor's injured. I'm pretty sure Taylor won't play. And Lascelles definitely ain't playing. Brighter time, baby. Yeah, it's safe to leave in 5 minutes before. We haven't had a server crash for a long time. Pretty much, if you leave it too late, there's always the fear of a server crash. This has happened in the past with FPL. We haven't seen a server crash for a while. And look, 5 minutes should be fine. Don't leave it to the last minute or two, though. Hell, your power or Wi-Fi could go. Gabriel, Gordon, or Palmer, which would you start, says Ivor? Well, Gabriel, definitely. I think the clean sheet odds for Arsenal are 40% odd, 40%-ish, maybe slightly higher. And then it's between Gordon, who has an away trip. Palmer has an away trip, but Palmer's got pens and possibly playing false 9. I would be benching Gordon there, Ivor. Let us know in the chat if you agree with me. I'd be benching Gordon. Thanks, Ivan, mate. Would love Chelsea to beat Liverpool. Up the Chelsea. Come on, Maliki. Let's do this. My question has been skipped like 5 times. Would you keep... Sorry, Oscar. I'm trying, dude. Would you keep Son if South Korea lose? Probably yes. I already have Richarlison and Porro. Probably yes. GW22 bench boost since if Paul and City double, they're likely to get more points in general. Yeah. Yeah, if you've got a good bench in 25, definitely consider it. I don't think I will have a good bench in 25 because I own players like Lascelles and Taylor. Would you bench Gordon? Yeah, I think I would. Gordon at home, you cannot bench. Gordon away, you probably can. Starting Gross over Palmer. I am. I know it seems crazy, but Palmer is going to play false 9, I think. And false 9, he looks really good. I know he's been missing big chances, but I watched him live against Villa on Friday night. Played up front. And he looked really good. He looked really good. Lanky captain thoughts. Not for me this game week, mate. But why not? With captaincy this week, there's so many options because there's pretty much no Haaland, no Son, no Salah. We're pretty much not captaining Saka and Watkins this week. So with that, it's a differential week. So have fun with it. Back your gut. Start Burn or Doherty. I think Doherty. Super chat coming from Andrew. Andrew, thank you so much. Genuinely, every time I see a super chat, I'm like, oh, you guys. Honestly, I'm so new on like having my own channel. FPL YouTube is something I've been doing for like 5 years, but always for other channels. So I only got my own channel less than a year ago. And the fact that I can like host my own streams now and I'm confident enough to do so because the confidence has always been my issue with tech. I feel really privileged to be able to do it. So when people send me a super chat or join as a channel member, like might want to pay their good money to like contribute in one way or another, even when they subscribe. Sorry, I'm trying to sort my hair out as I'm talking. Even when people subscribe, I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Like, firstly, I think should have done this 5 years ago. Why am I so late to the party? But most importantly, I think thank you, genuinely. So Andrew, hello again. Richie, Richarlison, sure. Saka, Foden, Bowen are my other captains. Okay, right, yeah. You asked earlier. Perhaps sending one of them for KDB captain instead of Haaland captain for a hit. See, I prefer the idea this week of you buying KDB, but just know you're going to need Haaland next week, mate. That's the problem. But I think your rank's around 2 million, isn't it? So if you want to be different, I'd captain Richarlison. At the moment, in the poll we've got on screen, how many of you are captaining Richarlison on the poll on screen? Let's have a look. 17%. He's going to be a differential. He's playing up front, and look at some of this data. His expected goal involvement per 90 is better than Saka, Alvarez, Jota and Foden. And he'll probably be on pens. There you go. I don't think you need to bring De Bruyne or Haaland and captain them. I know you're trying to play different, but there's a week for that, and you'll have plenty of opportunity to do that. Richarlison enough could be it. Tony captain? No, not for me, but I do think they'll score. Tony's a brilliant shout, though, isn't he? I'm going to be buying Tony soon, I think. Fashionably late, Tom. There we go. Zinchenko, I'll have him bench or sell. I'm going to either bench or sell. Yeah, I think so. You can get it. Yeah. Madders is a great option. Foden not starting through the centre, potential captain change? I don't know. I think Foden on the right is fine. I think we overthink that. He plays very central when he's on the right. When he's on the left, he tends to play very wide. Is worth noting. Let's have a look. I am constantly just checking to see if we've got any team leaks. I don't expect we're going to get anything today. We might hear about Gabriel, but I'm going to tell you guys pretty straight. I don't know. God, I'm going to get pelters if I'm wrong. Gabriel's going to start. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. And this is why he trained yesterday. He's clearly in the background of this photo. And if he trained as a centre back, if you train, you're usually good to start. Guys, did we ever get to 200 likes? Oh, come on. Can I be greedy? Is 300 possible? We're at 210. Guys, I'm going to ask you to hit 2 buttons. Like and subscribe. Oh, there's a third one. If you're already subscribed, the notification bell. 3 buttons. Itchy nose. Let's see if we can do it. I'm taking the risk on Haaland. Hi, Janny. Start Trippier or Gabriel. Gabriel. Super chat from HLE. Bench Watkins, who's got a good home fixture. My mate's going to that game tonight. I'm hoping Hannah has a lovely night at Villa Park. She's a big Villa fan. Should you bench Solanke? Goes to West Ham. Gross, who's away at Luton. Palmer or Haaland? Right. I don't think you can bench Haaland because he could just go mental. Even though I don't think he starts, but even in 20 minutes. So you have to start Haaland. You have to start Watkins and Solanke. So it's either Gross or Palmer. I am playing Palmer and benching Gross. I don't hate it if you want to do different. Or you could bench Solanke. I would be benching in order. Gross number 1. If not, I'd bench Solanke. If not, I'd bench Palmer. Lights coming in now. You and Gordon. Yes. Are they coming in? Are they coming in? Yeah, they are. Thank you, guys. I knew you'd hit those buttons. That makes me very happy. There we go. Play Saliba or Solanke? Because you've already got an Arsenal defender, Solanke. Bench Palmer or João Pedro? Probably Palmer. João Pedro's off the back of a hat, isn't he? Start Neto or Gross? Probably. Who do Wolves have? Let's have a look at the fixtures on the screen now. Wolves at the bottom there, home to United. He scored a worldie. He's so good, Pedro. Probably Neto. So good, Pedro Neto. Garnacho or Sterling? Garnacho just. No, my pleasure, actually. I appreciate you sending a super chat, mate. Sell Bowen or Gross for KDB. Gross. Start Watkins or Solanke. Watkins. Just always back the home advantage. Like if this is a great example, like two good players could score, similar opposition level. One plays at home. Some would say back the guy on pens and go Solanke. But Villa's home form. Had an awful last 2 game weeks. Sorry to hear that, Brommers. Dropped 300k. Capture Richarlison. I'm going Foden. Oh, it's getting close. It's 76 minutes gone. Sonny could be coming home, guys. I really like Kudus when he's back as well, mate. I really like Kudus when he's back. Daniel says, should I start Watkins and keep Haaland or Branthwaite on the bench? Yeah. I don't think I'd keep Haaland, but I would keep Branthwaite on the bench for Watkins, Dan. And if you got a bench 2, I'd still probably play Watkins over Haaland just, I think. But that's a tough one. Tough one. You've kept him so long, haven't you? Next week, you're going to be laughing, though. You've got him and everyone else needs to buy him. Haaland's no longer flagged. There you go. Yeah, because he's available. He's available. Doesn't mean he's going to start, though. We got any... Has anyone seen any juicy leaks or anything? Nothing. Niente, nada. Do I make my transfer yet, or do I wait 10 minutes? I think I'll wait 10 minutes. A player I wish I owned this week would be Richarlison. Another player. A player I wish I owned this week is Doku. Loads of captains of Foden, aren't they? Does feel like Foden's actually the sort of safe captain this week, which I didn't expect. I thought everyone was going to go Richarlison if you own both. I mean, I'm happy. I'm not changing that. I don't even own Richarlison. If I own both, I don't actually know what I'd do because I've not thought about it enough. Taylor to Walker, yeah, starting Walker. I like that move, Matt. I think Walker's a really good buy this week. KDB is 1.5 million transfers in. Apparently, Alvarez's birthday tomorrow. Ooh, happy birthday, you're benched. I love that. People targeting Burnley, they absolutely are. If KDB starts, I'm worried about keeping Foden as captain. Yeah, me too. Like, I'm buying De Bruyne, but I'm not captaining him because I'm not 100. I'm only 60% sure he starts. And I'm 95% sure Foden starts. I also think if they both start, Foden gets more minutes. We all agree on that, don't we? Yeah. Yep. A lot are going to be making this move, like Tyler. I would be tempted to go Salah to Foden if I didn't own him. I'm going Salah to De Bruyne, but if I didn't own Foden. Palmer, Solanke or Watkins, the best 2. To start, I'd bench Solanke over Palmer just. Oh, yeah. Well, Guardiola's fine then. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm answering as many questions as I can. We have discussed captaincy. I'm going to be captaining Foden. We're looking at some of the top attackers in the game, and this data really shows us how good Richarlison has been of late, how good Darwin has been of late. They are expecting a goal involvement. Darwin every game, 87 minutes. Richarlison every 119. That is better than Saka, Alvarez, Jota, and Foden. Do keep your eye on that. We've also touched on the fact that I think Gabriel is going to start. This is why. That's him in the background of training yesterday. I'm sure it is. If it is, he got on the coach. If he got on the coach, he's gone to Nottingham. If he's gone to Nottingham, he's going to start tonight. That's how I see it. What else are we doing? We are looking at the Man City lineup. This is a predictor from 4 Alex. He reckons De Bruyne starts. he's got him Haaland benched. He's as good a predictor as you'll find for Man City. It's no ITK. It's no in the know, but it's a predictor. I love a predictor. Excuse me. We're also throwing it out there. If you want to be like Ivor and always get your question answered because you're a channel member, or Maliki, then you can become a channel member. Click the word join if you fancy it. And look, guys, finally from me, likes and subscribes would be so, so welcome. Just hit that subscribe and notification bell when you do. Ivor says, do you know where I can find the bookie odds? How many goals per team? Yeah, I've showed it in the past, haven't I? Ivor, let me have a look at the best accounts that do that and see if I can find something. So I can't remember the guy that I follow that often does that. I think it's... Is it that Rick? Can't find it, mate. Rich? Oh. Anyone help us out with a Twitter account that posts like bookie odds of like the spread markets? I can't think of his bloody name. Can't think of his name. Someone might be able to help you in the chat though. It's hard when I'm streaming live to find it, but yeah. Yeah, Emma does have KDB 100% start, although I prefer one person's guess than a collective of more fans than I mean, Alex is a fan, but he's a real super guesser. Can't show links in YouTube stream. No, you can't. Foden is 7-1 to score twice with Boyle Sport, short odds. Yeah, when you're not sure, Pete, when you're really not sure like that, rolling's cool. I was in two minds. Like, I considered rolling this week. When in doubt, roll. We might get some. We might get some Carmack. But I think he starts. I think he starts. If I'm wrong, you can at me. As long as you remember to praise me if I'm right. De Bruyne has had 3 price rises. Estupinan is going up in price tonight. Diogo Jota is going up in price. Guys, Kyle Walker is also going up in price. And I mentioned Estupinan, didn't I? A lot of price rises tonight. Salah is dropping in price, by the way. I guess you knew that. Subscribe. Thanks, mate. Bowen or Saka? I think to add to the chat, you've got... If you're watching, you're thinking, why can't I put a comment in the chat? Why can't I ask a question? It's simply because it's on subscriber only mode. I'm blackmailing you all. I'm blackmailing you all. KDB or Saka was, I think, the question there, wasn't it? Thanks for subscribing. KDB. Check out Lazy FPL. Haaland doesn't start. Oh, thanks, Kev. Kev, anything else there, mate? Lazy FPL genuinely are an ITK source for Man City. We believe Haaland does not start tomorrow. That is from FPL, Lazy FPL. Guys, Haaland ain't starting. That is legit news shared by an ITK of Lazy FPL. Just reporting what I'm seeing on Twitter. I don't want you to necessarily think you need to come here for breaking news and ITK leaks. That's not me. That's not my style. That's not something my YouTube channel has been built on. But it's out in the public domain. And looks like that's a legit source. I think very rarely wrong, but I don't know too much. And Haaland ain't going to start, according to these guys. I think we knew that, though, right? Is that news? Like, did anyone really think Haaland was going to start? Because we just played a game, didn't we, of will Haaland start? And you lot all thought he was getting 20 minutes when we did his minutes gauge. Uh, does KDB start? Well, that we do not know. Yeah, I think they were wrong once, to be fair, Aaron. But I'm pretty sure that was a genuine error. They're pretty legit. Yeah, Gabriel starts from FPL boys. Yeah, apparently. Well, I told you that. Just as a guess. FPL boys. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. Is it FPL boys? Did I spell that wrong? Okay, I'm just looking for the handle of FPL boys. I can't find it. Guys, I would suggest that Gabriel's fine based on what I've been saying all stream. Genuinely, I think we're good. Oh, the FPL boys. There we go. That's why I couldn't see it. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Andy said he starts. I'm pretty confident there, team. Gabriel's fine, as expected. I think we're good there. Thank you, guys. Keep me up to date, as always. So are we going to hear about De Bruyne starting or not, eh? If De Bruyne doesn't start, then I'll be rolling a transfer. If we were to hear. Do you have clean sheet odds to take a look at? Yeah, Matt, we can have a look at some. I don't think I can show any on screen, but I can definitely run through some. Clean sheet odds are something I genuinely like as well. Like, I use this a lot when I'm deciding which defender to bench, or when I'm deciding between an attacker and a defender, and I'm looking at the odds of both. So Man City are most likely to keep a clean sheet, 62%. Palace 48, Arsenal 46, Brighton 36, Tottenham 34, Liverpool 32. I'm going to put some in the chat, and then I can show them on screen. So at the moment, there's some odds. Team first. My team, I'll show you that now. Guys, in terms of anytime goal scorers as well, Haaland is 76%, but that's with him starting. Does Trent start? I don't know. Yes, South Korea could be coming home. Congrats, Saudi. Guys, there is still 12 minutes to the deadline. Start thinking about those last minute dilemmas you've got around captaincy, around transfers in. It's not too late to change your mind. It's not too late to think of something fresh. I'm going to be locking my moves in around 5 minutes time, I think, guys. Around 5 minutes for me. I'm just waiting. Look, we think Haaland, according to leaks, does not start tomorrow. Gabriel, according to leaks, does start tonight. I told you guys that a few hours ago. There we go. Loads going on. Loads going on. Will we hear about De Bruyne? I think unlikely. I'm going to gamble on De Bruyne starting. And that's why I'm buying him. And if De Bruyne doesn't start, then he probably starts Brentford. He's going to start one of the next two, and I think I'm there for it. By the way, on Mo Salah, Klopp said, Mo is not ready for this game, not ready for the next game. Haaland is in the squad, as we know. There we go. There's a lot selling Salah this week, though, isn't there? There's a lot selling Salah this week. He is definitely dropping in price. He's being sold en masse. En masse. Guys, thank you so much for watching today, by the way. I'm loving all your comments. I'm sorry I can't answer every question. I've just seen Checkmate come in. Beeble's first question, as a channel member, I'm always going to answer those questions. Hey, Gianni, what option do you prefer? Obama Haaland leaves me with 0.8. So I have to downgrade one of Saka. You don't need to go hard on this week, mate. He's not starting. So I have to downgrade one of Saka, Foden, Trent from -4. Or just do Solanke to Watkins to Haaland in one transfer. There you go. I think I'd do that. Or you downgrade Saka. I would not downgrade Foden or Trent. But dude, can't you wait a week? I'd wait a week. I'd go Saka to Foden this week, and then next week, sell Obama to Haaland. Alvarez captaincy, yeah, it's looking a bit better now, isn't it? For those that wanted to know a little bit more about Haaland and whether or not Haaland will start. Look, Alvarez is now a little bit of a better shout, isn't he? Isn't Alvarez better if we know Haaland's benched? I think he is. Still, I prefer Foden because I think we always knew Alvarez was going to start, but probably lose some minutes. Guys, thank you so much for liking and subscribing today. That has been really cool. Really cool. I've enjoyed this stream so much. I'm going to make my transfer soon. I'm going to make my transfers very, very soon. Let's line them up, shall we? I think it's time. I'm going to wait till 55. Right, so Salah out. God, imagine forgetting because you're too distracted streaming. That could so happen. Like, I could very easily see how I could do that. It does mean I'm committing to triple City attack for the doubles. Like, Kyle Walker ain't going to happen, mate. Is that a good or bad thing? I don't know. Kyle Walker's such a good pick. City defense is such a good pick. But triple City, guys. Triple City's attack. Could be so much fun. There we go. This is fun, isn't it? What good point of the season we're at. What a good point of the season we're at. Do it now in case it crashes, says Freddie. Nah, it won't crash. We're good. Did we get to 300 likes? Did we do it? Nearly. Come on, team. Yeah, Gabriel does start. Guys, according to Gianni, Gabriel starts as of this morning. I've been I couldn't have been more vocal. I'm gonna retweet that. I can't. Oh, okay. Shall I make my transfers then? By the way, the guys that got Haaland FPL newsletter, guys, they've got 100% record other than Grealish, which was wrong due to illness in the camp. So they're pretty bulletproof, and they're saying Haaland is not starting tomorrow. We knew no one thought, none of you lot thought Haaland was going to start, really, did you? Many of us, though, do think that De Bruyne will start. Many of you lot think De Bruyne will start. Guys, my team, I'm going to make the moves on screen. So we've got 5 minutes to go to the deadline. De Bruyne is going to enter the studio. De Bruyne is going to come into the team for Salah. And then next week, I can sell Solanke or Watkins to Haaland. I'll have tons of money. And look, I'm going to be captaining Foden this game week. That's where I'm at. Just going to have one last scan on Twitter. FPL Tony has tweeted to say, thinks KDB could be a better pick than Haaland this week. I'm guessing he thinks Haaland's at KDB starting then. That's enough. That's all I need. Make transfers, Salah out, De Bruyne in, confirm transfers. Done. Put De Bruyne in my 11 because he's not currently there. What? Gross will be first sub. Taylor will be second sub. No, Taylor third sub to sell second. I'm going to vice captain De Bruyne, guys. I'm not going to captain De Bruyne. Hang on. How do I move the vice captains? This is weird. Hang on. Having a bit of panic here. Just got to lock in these decisions, guys, because on my phone, it doesn't let me. Sorry, on my laptop, it's not letting me change to vice captain. Very strange. Slightly scary. Right. Vice captain De Bruyne. Done. Good. Let's put Gross first sub because, again, it's not letting me do it. And I'm starting, obviously, Areola over Dubravka. I think many of us are doing that, right? Areola in goal for me. Areola in goal. I'm starting Gabriel, obviously. De Bruyne comes in for Salah. And I am captaining Foden. I've now got a ton of money, guys. So if I want to sell Solanke next week for Haaland, I can. It might be Watkins that goes. KDB in for Salah. Foden cap. 45k. Done. Guys, Ali Yahangarov, who won FPL last year, has just messaged our Ultras group, our Ultras member group, and he has sent his photo, and he is going to go KDB captain. Love that, Ali. Love that. He's gone Foden vice. He's bought in João Pedro. What a legend he is. He always manages his own way. South Korea have scored, Kev. No way. Oh, Sonny could be going to extra time then. That's not going to help FPL managers ahead of the deadline, is it? That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Of course. Oh, South Korea. Wow. KDB in, Foden capped. I love that Ali Yahangrov has done that. He's such a brave manager. You don't win FPL by being safe, do you? I'm thinking KDB is going to start, guys. I really am thinking KDB starts. There is still time. Oh, we've got a super chat. Sorry, Jason. James Planet is Haaland captain. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to start. So, not for me. Not for me. I wouldn't be captaining Haaland this game week. Look, KDB is now a legit captaincy option. I'm still going to be going Foden for minutes, but KDB is a very good chance. I think he starts, guys. Very, very good chance he starts. I'm just making sure that my team... Guys, do you always do this where you check your team and then you check it again and you're like, oh, I'm just going to check my team. Just going to refresh it for the third time. I'm benching Pascal Gross, which seems mental, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. If you can hear babies in the background, that is my wife and our child. Having a good time playing. Having a really good time playing. Guys, we have got seconds remaining. Get those moves and those locked decisions in. Guys, thank you so much. We're going to carry on chatting, but if you are just joining or you have been watching and you're thinking, I think I've seen enough to subscribe to the channel, then do subscribe to the Gianni Mattici YouTube channel just by hitting that button. And when you do, you can hit the notification bell if you fancy it. I'd love you to show support for the channel in that way. Is Sonny coming home? We don't know because they're drawing against Saudi. Amazing. I'm still not going to captain De Bruyne though. De Bruyne comes in for me, but he's not captain. Just in case. Should I have captain De Bruyne? No, I don't think so. I think I'm happy with Foden. I think we're done, aren't we? It's done. Pens down. Yeah, join us. Welcome. Well done, Nuclear. I like that. Guys, that was loads of fun. That was loads of fun. I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for keeping me company. Hang on. Cam, are you going to take Guy right now, or are you going to be around for 2 minutes? Okay, cool. I'll be out then. I'm just going to play a little bit of pool, and then I'm going to be out. Hang on. Let's try and get this camera sorted, shall we? Oh, is that good? Is that good? Yeah, it's about right, isn't it? Right. It's time for some pool, baby. Right. Let's do a destiny shot or two. Let's do a destiny shot or two. Right. I'm kind of regretting the I'm not regretting. I'm worrying that I should have captained De Bruyne, knowing he's now starting by the looks of it. But I don't think that's the right call. Right, let's do the old classic, shall we? Pink spot. It's always hard with the pink spot. Like, that's a hard shot with a pink spot. Let's give it a go. Pink spot. If this goes in, Foden's banging. No, not yet. Rubbish, Gianni. Rubbish. Do you know, last time I was playing pool, Neil Robertson, world snooker champion, was watching. How embarrassing, because I was bad. I've not played since. There you go. Okay, now if I can do it left-handed, Foden's getting a brace. Okay, that was just nowhere near. Actually caught. I think I've got something. Right, left-handed. I'm just rubbish on my left nowadays. I got to a point where I was quite good on my left. First shot, Foden Alvarez KDB captain shot. Oh, I might change it. 5. Oh yeah, you want the other? Hang on. How does this work, Ivor? Okay. Should I do one destiny shot then? Give me a hard shot. Right. Hang on. Let's do the 8 ball. I think that is a really hard shot because it's against the rail, but not fully against the rail, right? So if this goes in, all your dreams will come true. Oh, so close. Okay. I've now got to do it left-handed because it's not the same, is it? If I do it right-handed, it goes in. It's like, no, you've already had that one. Same shot, left-handed. rubbish. Got to do it right-handed now. Third time lucky, isn't it? Third time lucky. I'll give 5 membership if you make a hard shot. I think that was a hard shot, Ivor. Have I got to do it first time? A bounce off the cushion. Yeah, but does that work for like? I don't think off the cushion is going to work for your camera angle. Like you're not going to see if the red's going in or not. Like this is off the cushion. But yeah, you get like no appreciation of if that's going in or not. Okay, here's a hard shot. Oh, that's got to be worth 5 memberships. That was harder than the first one. I'm coming, babe. I've got to go see the daughter. She's back from nursery, and I'm celebrating because I'm fairly happy with the output of that. De Bruyne's in, and I think starting now. Haaland's not starting. I didn't go him. Meh. Let's hope Foden doesn't blank, eh? Guys, thank you so much. Ivor, if you fancy giving those, yeah, good next stream. That's fine. Hey, you can set me a challenge, mate. And I didn't make it, did I? It wasn't the first attempt. You're quite right. Guys, that has been so much fun. Thank you for liking and subscribing on your way out. I'll see you very soon. We've got another deadline in a few days, so expect some content dropping on Thursday, team selection, probably a Friday stream. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck. May your arrows be green. Let's go, team. Bye-bye.